And then we'll obviously do a little bit of we'll take a look at that throughout the night and officially confirm it, but that's kind of what we're looking at. Father and son on the front row, the more experienced Eric Ray, the 14-year-old Billy Ray, and we're 3 wide. Look out.
3 wide already, not wasting any time. The sevens.
Roseville's Roy Smith. The orange cone on Twitter is in pain right now.
I cannot believe that. How come more guys don't do that, Steve? That was a nice little shortcut, and he's going to take the lead off turn 2, the 7.
And the yellow's out because I think the cone is somewhere on the track or something like that. They didn't like it.
My goodness, I'm not sure what happened right there, but I loved it.
Well, we got our buddy Connor, who comes down from Portland, Oregon, to help us with video, and, well, he got it on video, so he got the cool moment of the night so far. Boy, every race has had some excitement. They've all had wild excitement, close finishes, that shootout in the junior late models with just a few laps to go. It feels like every race has delivered, and I feel like we're really building up to that Napa 150 right now.
Yeah, and it wasn't really the 7 car's fault right there that happened. Roy Smith, they were 3 wide, and it looked like the guy on the outside kind of banged into the middle car, and he kind of just shot him down the racetrack and just went right through those cones, and he ran it like he did it on purpose.
Well, you wonder, maybe a little bit of collusion between the Rays there, father and son, as they'd like to keep that front row, and our starter, Kenny Newberry, taking things over because he needs to do some communicating with the drivers. And it looks like Roy Smith may end up having to go all the way around to the back for taking out that cone and being the cause of the caution. We'll see if that's the case, but that'd be a real tough break for Roy Smith.
You know, he hit those 2 cones at the very end of the corner, and I saw it coming, and I was like, man, those things are going to go flying. And sure enough, I'm not sure what those things are held down by. Maybe cement, I'm not sure, but they held up their ground right there. I was pretty impressed with the way those cones were able to stand their ground there, Steve.
Well, they're glued down kind of the same way they would be on an interstate. They're kind of just a little bit of tar over them. You can see, I don't honestly know when this happened, race fans. The cones have done real well this year. We are missing about a school bus length of it right there at the Toyota Napa sign. And that must have happened last night in K&M practice because those were there to start the weekend. I can promise you that.
Interesting to hear that. So it looks like it's a complete restart, if I'm not mistaken, or are we doing 2 double file restarts?
We are always double file on our restarts here, and it looks like it's complete other than the 7, but it looks like we count off those first 2 caution laps as we do here in our weekly divisions at the All-American Speedway. So we'll restart with 3 laps, score complete out of 30, and that's how we're going to keep this thing moving and grooving. And looks like the 04 of Billy Ray and the 15 of Eric Ray. Looks like Billy Ray maybe being scored as the leader here. So this will be an interesting restart.
Yep, here we go. I think we're going green right here. Yep, that is correct. Pace car into the infield. Billy Ray down low. Eric Ray on the outside. Green flags in the air from Kenny Newberry up on the flag stand. We're rolling down to turn number 1.
Well, and you know what? All that drama and controversy there, it brought our points leaders right together. And that's Farrington in the 27, Peeler in the 59. As we come to complete lap number 4, father and son sideways, and it looks like Billy Ray is going to try to break his dad's achy-breaky heart and take the lead.
Okay, that might have been too far right there, Steven, but no, that was a good one. The 04 down low trying to hang on to the lead, but the 15 of Eric Ray looks like he's going to lead on lap number 5.
Well, I won't steal your other one because it's going on right now, right behind this battle for the top 6 here. We might go 4 wide, race fans. Oh, no.
I don't think we can make it 4 wide down there, but they're definitely trying to make it happen. The 15 of Eric Ray keeping that car on the outside. Groove is making it work right now. Gives him great momentum down the straightaways, and looks like he's going to clear the 04. Not quite, though. The 04 gets goodbye off turn 2 right there.
Really impressed with some of the guys outside the lead pack. The 15 of Jeremy Fritz having a great run, but we got a wild battle at the front, and somehow Billy Ray has taken over the lead here on lap number 7.
Yeah, the 15 of Eric Ray got a little bit sideways right there off that 4th corner and lost some ground. The 27 car. Here comes Dan Farrington.
Oh.
He knows he's got to take the win here if he wants any shot at this championship. He moves into 2nd down the front straightaway.
Well, speaking of a shot, Jeremy Fritz absolutely pounding the back of the 59 car of Andrew Peeler, our points leader, and Peeler drops to the inside to get away from that. Here comes Farrington.
Yeah, Farrington right now takes the lead. Right now, as you said, if he is able to finish 4 spots ahead of the 59 car, he would be the champion. But right now, the 59 moves into 4th, so it'd be a tie, if I'm not mistaken?
No, we'll see. No, because it's 7 points.
Oh, okay.
So right now, as they run, Peeler would win by 1
Gotcha.
solitary point. After 9 races, a whole summer of excitement. This has been some great NASCAR racing in 2019. The car's sliding, slipping. Here comes the guy who's been the dominator of the year, trying for 6 in a row. Here comes Byron.
Yeah, Byron Gonzalez takes the lead, and my goodness, he did not waste any time. 11 laps it took him to go from 6th to the lead. The 98 car is definitely the class of the field so far in this one. Still 19 laps remaining here in this Super Stock feature event.
Well, it's amazing because the top two both run that 602 crate motor, and so somehow the 98 has just been a little bit better. And, well, the Mosquito Vector Control is out and about. It's the 64 of DeSoma, and the way he's sliding would indicate to me that he may be leaving some fluid on those rear tires, because he was full-blown red bluff out of turn 4, and he will receive the black flag and exit the racetrack. And up in smoke for the 64. We stay green.
And a breath of fresh air from the 98 car, Byron Gonzalez. He does not have to deal with that slower car and maybe have some kind of something blow up and maybe some fluids come down the racetrack there in front of him. So Gonzalez with a lot of clear track to work with.
The battle for 5th starting to develop here between the 15 car of Eric Ray and the 3 car of Chris Paulson. We used to have 2 super stock divisions. Now they're 1. These were the top 2 dogs in that super stock B division right here. Some of our all-time winningest drivers here at Roseville, Eric Ray and Chris Paulson, and they're battling out for the best of the rest for 5th here as we are halfway home.
Yeah, but it seems like a 2-car breakaway now up front between the 98 car Byron Gonzalez and the 27 of Dan Farrington. Good battle for 3rd now. Here comes the number 59 car of Andrew Peeler working to the outside of the 04 Billy Ray.
Well, there's nothing better than winning the points and having a good night at the racetrack as well. So Peeler would like to get a good finish and round it out with another podium performance. Andrew Peeler this season, 7 top 5s on 8 starts. The only time he was outside the top 5 was a DNF. So every time he's made it to the checkered flag, he's been near the front of the field.
And that's the way that you win championships. You can ask drivers from all sorts of different racing. That's the way to get the job done as far as a championship goes. So it looks like Dan Farrington, he's 2nd in points with only 5 top 5s.
That's been the difference maker. A couple more DNFs, and that's all she wrote. And as they run right now, it'd be another championship for Andrew Peeler out of Carmichael. And you got a Lincoln driver, a Roseville driver, a Rockland driver, and a Carmichael driver. Gotta love local NASCAR home track racing on our Napa 150. We haven't had a whole lot of local racing on this event. Typically always touring classes. But the opportunity to show the fans what we do all summer long has been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, absolutely. A great night of racing so far as the battle for 3rd continues. How about the battle for the 5th spot between the 15 of Eric Ray and the number 3, Chris Paulson? They are absolutely going at it. Paulson on the outside trying to make some ground up in that Papa Roach sponsored number 3 car.
Yeah, the Papa Roach car trying to strike a chord and find a way to get around the 15 of Eric Ray. And like I said, that's sort of a battle amongst themselves. Those guys have raced against each other for a long time. You know, there might be a little bit of trouble brewing for the 98 of Gonzalez. Don't count your chickens yet as the 7 of Roy Smith goes to the pits, but lap traffic is side by side in front of the leader.
Yep, I don't have any chickens to count, but this is definitely going to get interesting right here between the 15 and the 16. Here comes the 98 car. Byron Gonzalez down to the inside trying to put a lap down on Jeremy Fritz, and we might have some contact or something happen right there, Steven.
Fritz got all kinds of sideways. That's what he loves to do. He tries to make this track from a 1/3 mile to a 3/8 mile. He goes all over the track finding a way. He's trying to get his money's worth. He wants to get as much time around the track as he can get. And he is sideways right in front of Dan Farrington. And Farrington took about a 2-car width evasive maneuver as he knew that that was a little bit dangerous. Fritz almost hit the wall at the Napa sign.
I'm loving everything out of the 15 car Fritz right now. He might be 1 lap down, but he is by far my favorite driver in the field just by the way he's driving that thing. He is dirt tracking it around the corners, bouncing off the walls. I love it.
He's looking for the cushion, but I think he's up in the fluff right now. As we're coming down to just 3 laps to go, that means 1 more mile for Byron Gonzalez. Looking for win number 6 on the year. That's a pretty good season.
Yeah, definitely a good season, and he's dominated this one. He's almost down to a full straightaway lead over the 27 of Farrington. Good battle for 3rd, the bottom step of the podium. Here comes the 59 car of Peeler to the outside of Billy Ray. This thing's not over yet.
Well, Peeler's got open horsepower, one of the few guys that's stuck with the open motor, and that horsepower should allow him to use the outside to his advantage. So far, no bueno as Billy Ray, the youngster from Rockland High School, is really having his best career performance. White flag for Byron Gonzalez. One more trip around the All-American Speedway to wrap up the Super Stock point season. Of course, they'll race for $1,000 to win in November. Here they come out of turn 4.
Yep, checkered flag. The 98 of Gonzalez does it once again. 6 wins here in this class in 2019. Second will go to Dan Farrington. Third will go to Billy Ray. Fourth at the line, slowly to the line, was Andrew Peeler.
And I do believe Andrew Peeler will have won the championship by 1 solitary point. What an exciting 2019. We will confirm that. We'll have some time throughout the night to bring out the calculators and put some pencils in our ear and figure it out. But how about our super stock drivers? How about Byron Gonzalez, race fans? 6 in a row. Great racing here at the All-American Speedway. Getting ready for our traveling Legends of the Pacific here in just a few moments.